Nothing says you care like crypto.
Watch out for losers. Today I have a rant for you guys, an angry guy rant, and I just want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately a bit. And that is why losers can be extremely dangerous. You know, I'm going to talk a little bit about Dave Chappelle just so that we can understand a bit of differentiation and use the example of how he defines poor. We often use the word poor interchangeably. For example, people will say that we grew up poor. But Dave points out that poor is not so much, it's not so much a financial state as it is a mindset. And a lot of people who embrace the mindset of being poor never escape it. If your family does not have a lot of money, if you do not have a lot of money yourself, you are not poor, you are broke. But if you embrace the victim mindset, okay, which is what a lot of poor people do, people who call themselves poor, not all, because there are many who don't know the difference between being poor and being broke, but there are many who call themselves poor and they have embraced the victim mindset, and for that reason they will always be poor. And that's one of the reasons why certain people vote certain ways. And you'd be surprised who's voting for who and who's supporting what. And this brings us to my point of why it's so important that you watch out for losers. Because losers have a poor person's mentality. Losers have a victim mindset. Do you think don't wake up some days and feel like a victim? People have done things to me. You know, society has done things to me. The world has done things to me. God has allowed certain things to happen to me. I look at what I have versus what I don't have, and I just feel like a victim, right? But as men, the world does not care. The world has never been easy for men. Life has never been easy for men. I'm not to say there have not been groups of men who've not had it better than others, but men have always struggled in this world. Much of the pain and suffering that we are going through as men today is caused by the previous generation, the baby boomers. These are a group of people who often say that weak men create hard times, but they were the weak individuals that are now responsible for the very hard times that we are living in. So the hypocrisy is absolutely real. The irony is absolutely real with those individuals. But again, weak people create hard times for everyone else. And people with a victim mentality often embrace the loser mindset. And the loser mindset is a very dangerous mindset because they then view everyone else around them as villains. So then what do? They lash out. You know, let's go ahead and show you the meme I'm referring to. Boomers, weak men create hard times. Millennials and Zoomers, you're the weak men who created hard times. Okay? When people embrace the victim mentality, they often embrace a loser mentality. And when they embrace that loser mentality, it leads to a lot of pain and suffering for others. It's quite terrible. And nations have risen and fallen as a result of those who embrace that mentality. Guys, don't forget to check out the Crypto Academy. It's linked in the description of the video. But losers are people who embrace this mentality and they push it onto others. And you have to be so careful. I'm beginning to understand why. And I don't agree with everything guys like Jordan Peterson say. I don't agree with everything that a lot of these people say. But to some degree, what I can say statistically, even if I don't agree with everything on their beliefs regarding this, is that it is not good to have a bunch of young men who do not have purpose in their lives, because it becomes very easy for these men to embrace the victim mentality, which then leads to them embracing the loser mindset. And the loser mindset makes people dangerous. Oh, it's because of this person why I can't get ahead. It's because of society why I can't get ahead. And that's when they end up joining up with very bad people, very bad groups, and then we end up with a bunch of other problems. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks. Guys, one of the best ways you can protect yourself from hard times which have now arrived is by learning about and investing in crypto.
Is if you think you've missed the boat on Bitcoin, think again. The crypto world is exploding with new opportunities. And while Bitcoin has already made its millionaires, there's still a chance for you to get in early on the next big wave. I've put together an exclusive guide on 4 altcoins that could change the game and change your financial future. These aren't just hype coins. These are real projects with groundbreaking technology and massive upside potential. This is your chance to get in before they hit the mainstream. But listen, crypto isn't just about getting rich, it's about freedom. Freedom from traditional banks, freedom from government controlled money, and freedom to take back control of your life. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy. When you join the academy, you'll learn everything you need to know about cryptocurrency, how to buy, sell, and trade the right way, how to spot the coins that can truly take off, and how to use crypto to achieve real economic freedom. And here's the best part: when you subscribe, you'll get a free copy of my crypto blueprint. This is packed with valuable tips and strategies to help you get started, and it's yours just for joining. The link is in the description below. Don't wait around and miss another opportunity like Bitcoin. Those who act now will be the ones who win big. So if you're ready to take back control of your finances and start your journey to freedom, join Angry's Crypto Academy today. Let's make it happen.
You see, you have to have an endurance mindset. You have to have a survivor mindset. Don't get me wrong, just spending your entire life trying to survive is no good. But I look at a lot of the people, I look at a lot of the people who did not like me, people who embraced a loser and victim mindset. And a lot of these people now are between a rock and a hard place. They are between a rock and a hard place. They're exactly where they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You see, the same people that are claiming to be victims are also the same people that are claiming that everyone else is a villain. I'm telling you right now, we live in a modern day society where you have a bunch of people who say that the other side are a bunch of, but that we're powerful victims and you're pathetic villains. And they find empowerment in the concept and the profession professing victimization and the victim mentality. Here's the thing: if you do this, you will forever be a victim. But you have to be careful of these people, because when things go down, they start to lash out. You have to separate yourself from people who have a victim mindset. If you run into a person, be it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, anyone that has a victim mindset, you have to cut them off. If it's a family member, you can try to red pill them. You can try to wake them up, but if you see that they're not listening, you're not getting through to them, get away from them as quickly as possible because they will pull you down into their abyss. Because there's one thing that misery loves, and that is company. And people who are not doing well in life, they will look at others and they'll say, "You know what? You didn't earn it." And you'll go, "What do you mean I didn't earn it? I did all of the work. I spent the late nights up. I put in all of the work. I did everything right." And they'll say, "BS." And you can post all the receipts that you want. It won't change anything because they do not like you. And they will always view you as a villain while you are a pathetic villain while they are powerful victims. And they will go to great lengths to tear you down just so that you can be beneath them or at the very least back on their level. Because that's really what they want to do. I'm going to tell you something. This guy once told me, and it's a terrible thing, terrible mindset. But this shows you just how messed up people are. And I'm so lucky not to have that person in my life anymore. This was not a good person. He was not a good person. But don't get me wrong. Unfortunately, a lot of modern women have developed this sense of entitled behavior. And as a result, you have men who develop these mindsets. I'm not saying all men do this. I'm not saying all women are like this. But he said something along the lines of, if a woman is a 10, for example, she's a 10, or let's say she's a 9 and you're a 6, right? You're never going to be a 9. She's up there and you're down here. So, since you're never going to get up to her level, you're going to have to bring her down to yours. This is how That's how losers work. If they cannot get up to the level of someone else, they will bring you down to theirs or below them. Holy cow. That's the world we live in. You'd be surprised to really discover you have no real friends in life other than the Lord Jesus Christ. It's a hard realization for many, but it's a realization that a lot of people have to learn the hard way. Most people in your life will not like you. Most people in your life will only play pretend. Some people, unfortunately, never learn their lesson until it's too late. You hear like this is it's the same situation where one of my subscribers was telling me he knows a guy that was married 3 times. 3 times, and evidently he's gotten married again for like a fourth time. This guy never learns his lesson. I know one guy that was like 60, and he told me like, "Yeah, you red pill guys are right. I've been married 5 times, and you're absolutely right. 5 times, bro. 5 times. No, you never learned your lesson." I remember this one guy who said, "You guys are absolutely right. Don't do what I did. I've got three. What do you say? I've got 3 baby mamas. I've got three different kids from 2 different baby mamas, or was it 4 different kids from 3 different baby mamas, something like that." And that's a guy who did not learn his lesson. Just kept on rinsing and repeating over and over and over. A lot of people are irresponsible. Don't be like these people. Do not have a loser mindset and watch out for losers. Because a lot of losers, they develop the mindset. Eventually, they basically never aspire. They aspire for things, but they give up so easily, or they start to see themselves as a victim that eventually they start lashing out at everyone around them. And you can't reach these people. You can't reach them. Human beings, we're not designed to live in the type of reality that we now live in, where you have to constantly worry about a mortgage payment, keeping a roof over your head, to not becoming homeless. How are you going to eat? Working long hours. and having no one to talk to, no family unit. We were not designed for this. This convoluted lifestyle that we are living, we weren't designed for it. And a lot of people cannot handle it. And as a result, they lash out and they want to project their own insecurities, their own sadness, their own hardships, their own misery onto others. Because, like I said earlier, misery loves company. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me that it is imperative that we all watch out for losers? Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWAM and walking away and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.